This is your one and only 𝐈𝐸𝐻 with your daily dose of video goodness, and today I'm going to show you two absolutely amazing spells you need to get as soon as possible if you're playing a caster in Elden Ring. Let's get to it. So I'm going to show you where these spells are and how to get them first, and then I'm going to talk about why you may or may not want them in your casting lineup. I think they are an asset, but you may not. So the first one we are going to grab is Roiling Magma. You're going to end up having to grab this one a little bit later in your gameplay. This isn't one of those ones where you're just going to go grab it super early because it's over in the lava area and it's pretty scary over there. But here's where we're going to start at the craftsman's shack. There is a grace point there. From there, you are just going to run kind of northwestish, a little more west than north. Be careful because there is a large bear here that is sure to just mess up your day. Past the bear, if you run to the side and you stay to the right-hand side here, the bear will jump down and you should be able to bypass it for the most part on your way in. There are a few demi-humans running around here, but you can kind of just dodge them and get inside this last little house here, and there's a corpse there, and there, you can just loot it from that corpse. Super quick and easy. You don't have to defeat any bosses or anything like that. You just run past everything, grab it, and you're good to go. The next spell that we're going to go after is called the Rancor Call, and this is another relatively easy one to get. You will need to have beaten the first storyline boss so that you can get inside the first castle there that's close to the spawn point. Once you get inside there, you make your way through there until you get to the left side chamber grace point. From that chamber, you are going to run east out the door and then hang a tight right, and then you're just going to drop down the side. You're going to take a little bit of fall damage here, but it's nothing that you shouldn't be able to handle, provided you got a little bit of health. You shouldn't be doing this if you have like no health at all. And then you're going to drop down again right on top of this little beam right here, and then you just want to jump down the side and then continue your way down the side. And then there's some rats that you got to kill here. So just try to kill those from a distance. If you're playing, obviously you're probably playing a caster if you want this spell. Just use whatever you have at your disposal to kind of just kill them from a distance. There is a big rat down here as well. So just take out the little ones and then take out the big one. The big one is a little bit hidden there in the back. Once you've taken him out, you are going to run straight back to where he was, and then you are going to hang a right through the door and then quickly turn left, and you will see that there is a beetle there pushing a blue ball, and you want to kill that guy because he's the one that's got your spell. So just kill him as quickly as you can. Once you kill him, you will see that you get the Rancor Call spell. Then if you fall down in that hole like I did in the video, you're going to run across a terrible looking tree dragon looking thing that's just going to wreck your day and you're going to die. All right, so let's talk about why these spells are good and why you should have them in your lineup. Of course, your most mana efficient one is going to be the Glintstone Pebble. It's just good. It's all around good spell. But as the game progresses a little bit and you start to get more mana, efficiency isn't always that big of a deal. And sometimes utility is a lot better option. And both of these spells have a lot of utility. First off, let's start with the Rancor Call. This spell has insane tracking, better tracking than anything else. You can actually turn completely around. Let me get on a horse so that I can turn around. So we have our target here, and I can cast this spell, and they will actually flip around, and you can see they all hit the target. Now, they only did 378 damage, and if I'm not mistaken, I think this one costs like 12 mana per each time, or FP. I'm just going to call it mana because obviously it's mana. But the cool thing about it is that you can ride away from your target and cast it. And if you got enough distance, if it's too close, they can't turn quite sharp enough. But if you keep distance behind you, you can see there, they actually looped around and came in behind that guy and hit him. Super handy, super utility spell, absolutely fantastic. Roiling Magma is a similar situation. Now, Roiling Magma has pretty good damage, but cost a ton of mana. If we come over here and we'll just take a look at those mana costs real quick. So you can see 32 mana, that's quite a bit, and the Rancor Call was 14, I was off. Okay, so yeah, 32 is a lot. It's expensive to cast. And if we hit a target straight on, it's kind of meh. You can see there we did 1052. It doesn't always do that much. I don't know why it decided to do that much that time. Let's hit this guy up here. If I can manage to get him, there we go. Hit him. You can see 1052 on that first strike, 926 on the second strike. So it does some decent damage to things, and it's good, but it uses a lot of mana and it runs out relatively quickly. And you're like, well, I could just strike something with Glint Pebble a couple of times if that's the case and do the same thing for a fraction of the mana. And yes, you can, but where this one comes into play is when you don't hit the target. It basically leaves a mine on the ground. Well, we hit the target. We don't want to hit the target. We are going to try this again and lob a ball and see if we can not hit. There we go. We didn't hit. It creates like a little mine. You can see they even get like a little interested in it. They're like, hey, what's up with that? And they kind of walk over to it, and its explosion that it does a ton of damage. Look at that, 801, just absolutely destroyed that guy. Now, obviously, this is going to be a very niche type situation where you're going to use this, but it is very useful because you can also cast Lob It in front of you, and if you've got something riding your butt, then it's going to walk into it and catch that explosion. When it explodes, it also leaves magma on the ground, which if anything is standing inside said magma for the time that is on the ground, it takes fire damage over time. So I want to show you the difference here. Let's strike this guy straight on, and you can see that time we only did 576. That's more what I expected the last time. Now, if I just put a little bit here, let's see if I can manage to hit this foot. There you go, 801. So you can see when it explodes, it does far more damage. So you don't want to be auto-targeting with this. You want to just manual target, which can obviously be a bit of a pain in the butt at times. But if you're over top of some enemies, you can throw this down and rain fire down on them. There's just a lot of utility situations where this spell could be super, super handy that I've seen so far. That combined with the tracking that you get from this spell is just, it's all just too good to help add to what you have going on. And I didn't realize it until I actually read the description for Roiling Magma. It also has a short charge. It doesn't really look like it's charging because it's really quick, but it does have a charge that increases the damage, which I think is what I was seeing there earlier when I was getting a lot more damage out of it. And it also increases the radius and delays how long before it explodes. Overall, handy spells. Just wanted to show you how to get them, show you why I think they are good so that you can maybe check them out and see if they help you maybe beat a hard boss or something like that. You never know. If you enjoyed this video, you found it helpful and informational, consider hitting the subscribe button and notification bell so you can be notified when I upload other videos. I want to give an absolute massive shout out and thank you to my supporters on Patreon for making this episode possible. Y'all are absolutely amazing people. If you would like to join my Elite Crew Patreon supporters, please check out the link in the description below. If you enjoyed this video, please leave a comment down below. Let me know what you thought. If you're shy, you don't like to comment, just hit that thumbs up button and share your support. Until next time, thanks for watching.